All right, guys, welcome back to our live YouTube channel. I'm here with Grabriel Sousa, world champion, world medalist. The guy has done so much in the jiu-jitsu scene. We're happy to see an exciting match today at the Toro Cup 19. And so I wanted to interview him and just ask him a few questions to kind of give you guys some insight on how a world champion trains. So Gabriel, welcome. You did amazing today.
Thank you so much.
So I want to ask you, like, how did you prepare for today's matches?
So I train every day, Monday to Friday plus Saturday. I train jiu-jitsu in the mornings and lift weights 3 times a week and night. Okay. And the rest of the day I teach and study jiu-jitsu. And this time I didn't change nothing since I have been fighting the last probably 10 years of life, right? The last years in black belt I have been training the same way. So I felt like sometimes people doesn't know how to train, how to get ready for tournament. Like this type of train jiu-jitsu between 5 to 7 times a week and then lifting weight 3 times a week. That's where I feel my body. I don't get too much injuries and I get ready for any tournament. So I don't like to change it. I just keep the same mindset, like same type of training. Of course, we change probably the intensity or the time during the sparrings, but it depends on the tournament. But like how many times you train during the week is pretty much the same.
Okay, so I know back in the day they used to say twice a day, every day, but then overtraining might be an issue, right?
Yeah.
So you prefer like once a day.
Exactly. So when I used to live in Brazil, I think the time that I trained the most when I was a blue belt and purple belt. I used to be all day long on the mat, like 2-3 times a day. No kidding, like jiu-jitsu, super tired. And then I think it developed so much injuries. And then at the tournament I would be like overwhelmed. I did way more than I should. You don't get there like 100% that you should be. So it's very important you rest. Find when is the better time for you rest in the middle of the week, at the end of the week, and is you the only person that you can tell you what's the best way for you to get ready. It's like it might work for me training 6 times a week plus 3 conditioning. For you might be different.
Gotcha.
So you just need to find the balance. Right? Besides training hard, drills, lifting weights, eat well, and rest.
Awesome. So having said that, you talked about eating well. How's your diet? Is there something specific you follow? Do you like to eat less carbs, more protein, a balance?
Okay, so I don't know about carbs, protein, or anything. Like I don't know how much I eat, what I eat the most. I just have like my nutritionist, Natalia Chantre. She take care of the BJJ community, and she just tells me the diet plan. I tell her the day that I'm fighting, she send me the diet plan, and she's like 24/7 with me. She's like always adjusting diet. People think that like to cut weight you need to cut the carbs, but you don't have time. If you cut carbs, you're not gonna recover, right? And then you're gonna end up getting hurt. So like she makes sure that I eat the right quantity of carbs, protein, fats. It depends on the diet, depends how heavy I am. So right now I'm walking around 160 because I was on vacation end of the year. So now I'm trying to back up my weight. Like I'm gonna fight 155 in a month. So I'm starting cut now, so I don't feel the weight cut. So it's like she just tell me like, okay, that's gonna be the diet plan, and then we're gonna be always like adjusting little details that it's gonna make me make the weight before the tournament, so I can train under the weight, and I can rest some days before the tournament, so I don't need to like run the day of the weigh-in and then wait in, and the next day in the morning start fighting. Like I'm gonna be super tired to compete.
Right. So that gets into our next subject, which was your performance today. You looked great, man. It was an exciting fight.
Thank you.
Everybody was on their feet. Tell us, like, how did you feel throughout that match?
That was a great performance. Wasn't my best performance. I'm not in the best shape, be honest, because I'm too heavy than I usually train. I usually walk around 150 maximum, training well, and then eating well. I'm 160, so it's like it stopped me back a little bit. So I believe I lost a little bit of my speed. That was a great mount. I fought a super tough competitor. He just got 3rd place in the trials, East Coast trials in the ATC, and I knew it wouldn't be an easy match. I don't even want to do an easy match, right? I'm not gonna have easy match because like don't gonna help me anything. Finding tough people that's gonna help me to grow. So that's my kind of mindset. And I wasn't my best performance, but that was good. I won. Like he kind of say like to my students and teammates like, oh, I tired him out. Or like, it doesn't matter. I won. That's what champions does. They find a way to win. It doesn't matter. Points, one penalty, whatever. If I win, I got my mission, I got where I came for, I got my goal, and I move on to the next one. Emerald City 1-1.
That was a great transition to the back from his man. That was amazing. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Maybe we could have you on the channel later to show us how you did it.
Let's
awesome.
do it.
Now the next subject is what's next? What are your plans for competition?
So my main goal, like for this year, I want to do IBJJF World Ski. It's gonna be probably in June, and then ATC in September. I'm just trying to find my invitation since I couldn't go to Brazil because of my visa. I'm on the process, so I cannot leave the country right now. If I leave, it means that I give up. So I choose not to leave the country, and then I'm gonna try to do super fights and beat the best in the game at 66. So that way the Abu Dhabi Federation can invite me for the ATC. So that's pretty much what it is. But my next competition is gonna be Emerald City. It's gonna be March 12th in New Jersey. And I'm gonna try to keep up like the no-gi scene since like yes, exactly. And since like in Brazil we have the culture to train more in the gi. So I pretty much start training no-gi for real, end of last year. Right before I fought Ethan in Charlotte. I think that was July. Probably a month before that's when I start training no-gi because like why don't we want to train no-gi?
Right.
You know, like in Brazil we don't train. In Brazil we train every day in the gi. On Friday night we take it off the top bar and train no-gi. That's not a properly no-gi train. Now they are changing Brazil. I'm happy with that because you can see like the Americans and Europeans in no-gi scene, they got way more than the Brazilians. In the gi is different because Brazilians train full time on gi. So that's what I'm trying to keep to reach the next level on no-gi. I did it like great tournaments last year. I improved so much lately, and that's what I'm gonna try. I'm trying to improve, especially my heel hook games, which is not there yet, but I mean, that's what I'm working on, and then show off like what I have been working, right? If you don't show people that what's your good stuff, they probably doesn't know you.
Right.
They won't know you. So that's pretty much what it is.
Awesome, man. It was great seeing your
Thanks so
match.
much.
Great
Appreciate you.
talking to you today.
Thank
Guys,
you.
Grabriel Sousa, I'm going to post some links so you can see some of his fights, some of his techniques, and we'll probably have him on the YouTube channel very soon. Appreciate the performance. Check him out in the next Emerald City Worlds and hopefully the ADCC. Hope you guys enjoy. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.